yet again, Meghan goes to take it, he holds it back and even laughs and says no, and then continues once, but twice, and it was all over the organisers not wanting her to have the microphone.
Right now, lots of speculation about what is going on with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle after she decided to call in sick to a major Kevin Costner charity event on Friday night after that damning Hollywood Reporter takedown described her as a dictator.
When Meghan continues pressing and Harry ultimately withdraws, well, you witness a complete regal catastrophe, the type you simply can't avert your gaze from. It wasn't splendid, it wasn't noble, it was sheer unease that made everyone restless. And still, like a secret craving reality show, nobody could cease watching.
Wasn't it? It's first responders, it's a charity thing. There were lots of A-listers there like Jeff Bridges and Rob Lowe and Pink and
Folks may still whisper about the couture garments, Meghan's strained grin, and Harry's rigid posture. Yet, do you know what revealed everything? The recorder. That small fragment of steel narrated a tale larger than any regal announcement. Dismiss elegant court briefings. The device uncovered the genuine fractures between them.
Wow, there's lots to unpack with this. There's lots of theories obviously going around. I personally, with Meghan, we know that
Here's the twist. Meghan was never actually supposed to be present. Everybody inside that hall understood it. She wasn't planned. She wasn't welcomed to step on that platform. But did that deter her? Certainly not. She marched in as if she possessed it, crumpled attire and everything, creating a scene that was never supposed to be hers. That odd smile, that self-assured walk, it shouted panic, not authority.
Harry was meant to give a speech because one of the female organisers walked over to...
And wow, the audience observed. Lenses turned as Harry stood rigid, declining to move. Usually, this guy would pass her the microphone, allow her that tiny celebrity moment. But this round, no way. He gripped firmly, declining to surrender, leaving Meghan uncomfortably hanging. Partly in the glare, partly pushed aside. It was harsh.
Gave it to Meghan, and Meghan reached for it, and the lady quickly changed her mind, took the microphone away.
The atmosphere went frigid. The crowd couldn't decide whether to applaud or simply look aside awkwardly. In place of their typical allure, quiet engulfed the hall. Meghan's frantic effort to push herself in crumbled instantly. She wasn't glowing, she was uncovered, and everyone noticed it.
And then not long after that humiliation, obviously she's on the stage, everybody's there watching it, the other organiser,
and yet no one intervened. The planner remained fixed in their chairs. Guards didn't twitch. It felt as though everyone jointly chose, let this happen. Let's watch how far she'll drive it. The moment played like unfiltered reality television, wordless prides colliding on a platform suddenly too cramped for both.
has come out from the Hollywood Reporter with reportedly 12 people willing and waiting to back it up. So they've made sure that they have...
From the instant Meghan strode onto that platform, the atmosphere tightened. This wasn't a magnificent arrival. It wasn't some storybook, "My queen is here" scene. No, this was weighty, uneasy, and cold. Even from the rear row, you could sense the tension. Harry, normally friendly and relaxed, became rigid as rock. That well-known regal charisma vanished. He grasped the microphone like a safety rope, while Meghan scrambled for a spot that plainly wasn't hers.
Has come out from the Hollywood Reporter with reportedly 12 people willing and waiting to back it up. So they've made sure that they have...
She attempted. Oh, she attempted, grinning, moving ahead, casting looks toward the audience, but nothing succeeded. The crowd didn't react. The clapping never arrived. The lenses might have been filming, but the sparkle was lost. Instead, there was strain, bewilderment, and uneasy quiet that shouted louder than any applause could.
Yes, there certainly seems to be, I would say, trouble ahead.
And that's when it struck everyone viewing. This wasn't about the speech they spoke, it was about the physical signals. Harry's tight jaw, his strong hold, his boiling control. Meghan's strained persistence, her urgent grasp for notice. They weren't allies aligned anymore. They were rivals, pulling back and forth with the limelight.
Doing more and more things completely separate of each other, but I've noticed a real shift. It seems that Harry is the one being elevated. It's Harry being asked to go to events and not Meghan. She is still...
That moment, the shine wasn't mutual. It shattered. The limelight divided straight through, exposing the breaks they'd struggled so hard to conceal. Instantly, this wasn't the dynamic duo the media portrayed them as. This was two individuals plainly offbeat, and the audience could sense the split without hearing a single word.
Elevated, and Meghan is being pushed into the background. Now, I can't see her taking that.
And though that public breakdown was painful enough to witness, another thing slid quietly beneath the notice. Ukraine. Yes, the administration of Ukraine created Harry as His Royal Highness. Let that register. The designation the palace allegedly removed, the distinction he supposedly abandoned, suddenly placed upon an official platform. And the response? Nothing. No amendment, no objection, just silence.
Because as you say, yes, we believe she is still represented by government, but for how much longer? Because she didn't show up to the Emmy casting that they hosted, and that's a really significant moment.
Back on stage, Meghan kept pushing, grasping for control never truly hers. The microphone, the tense pauses, and the muted applause left her appearing strained, while Harry, without effort, held the spotlight with one hand and centuries of duty with the other. She chased relevance as he clung to heritage, the gap between them stark. A couple cracking under public weight, while the monarchy's pull still tugged him back. People whispered about Meghan's smile and Harry's rigid stance, but missed the deeper truth. The crown still owns him. Harry stands in a tug of war. One foot in California with podcasts, polo, and a sunlit dream of freedom, the other shackled to royal tradition, obligations, and protocol. However far he travels, the weight of that crown trails behind. Each trip, handshake, and public moment tightly choreographed, not by friends, but palace aides from the life he swore off. His titles and treatment shouting he can never escape. On that stage, it all leaked through. The tension, pauses, and uneasy glances revealing not awkwardness, but the portrait of a man torn in two, half yearning for freedom, half chained by legacy.
Was, and I will come to that momentarily. But first, it wasn't a particularly good night, I have to say, for Harry either at the...
You could see the toll. The spark that once defined Harry now seemed measured, restrained, and weary. This wasn't the rebellious prince of old, but a man buckling under invisible weight, balancing on an impossible tightrope with old obligations on one side and new ambitions on the other, while Meghan lunged for the spotlight. Once she owned every frame, star, style icon, dazzling newcomer. But that magnetism is fading fast. The Kevin Costner event made it obvious. She wasn't listed, expected, or invited, yet appeared anyway, trying to insert herself into a moment already moving. The audience didn't buy it. Applause never came, and what once felt like effortless charm now looked staged. Harry stayed steady, distant, almost cold, and the shift was unmistakable.
Offstage, Meghan's polished poses, curated wardrobe, and flawless smiles now resemble armor rather than confidence. And armor cracks, revealing what's beneath. Her glow feels forced. The crowd senses it, the cameras catch it,